Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Welcome to another episode of Conversations, ladies and gentlemen, with Express Drives. And like we keep interacting with industry captains from the automotive sector, today we have Mr. Manohar Bhat with us, who is in charge of sales and marketing for Kia Motors India. And like we are all facing the COVID situation right now, so there's a lot that we'll talk to him about. So let's get the conversation rolling. Thank you, Mr. Bhatt, for joining us today. Thank you for sparing time. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Atul. My pleasure.
Well, I'm sure you would have expected the first few questions would be around the COVID pandemic that we all are facing. Now, of course, the COVID pandemic has hit the automotive sector in a very negative manner. But Kia, being one of the newest entrants in the Indian automotive market, has the hit been much harder for Kia to absorb? Has it, because it was just you had started operations, you started doing well? Is it been a harder hit for Kia?
I would say yes and no. No, because we are young as a company. My dealers also are young in that term, in the terms that they are just started out their business. So in that case, we are more, I believe, more flexible in thought, in action. So we can make changes, require changes more quickly than maybe established old manufacturer has been around for years and years. So to that extent, I think we are in a better position because we are new. But having said that, the flip side is, yes, we have just started out. So we are not dealers, or we have just started our business. So a question of profitability and all that will be more serious for us, for our dealers, than someone else who's got some buffer, some earlier profits and earlier revenue to have banked upon. So to that extent, yes, it's slightly worse. But overall, I think we take it as it comes. This is not something that it's sort of a once in a lifetime, once in a century event. So hopefully we will get through it in a very good manner, we hope. Let's see.
Right. Now, one of the biggest concerns for a lot of people, especially a lot of enthusiasts and potential buyers, is that will this current pandemic crisis affect the launch of new models, especially something like Sonet, which people are really looking forward to? So, do you see new model launches being affected?
What's the short answer? Absolutely not. See,
Right.
fact of the matter is, even when we launched the Seltos, I had many people asking me similar questions. Are you sure you're launching it in the correct time? The industry is going down. So that time I had given them an answer, which I believe is still holds good today. What I told them is, there is no bad time to launch an extremely good product. We had an
Right.
extremely good product. We had a very, very, very good product. So there is no bad time to launch it in. So similarly, we think the same thing is true for the Sonet, sub 4-meter SUV also. So we feel it's an excellent vehicle. It will be a class leader in terms of design, features, and obviously our quality also. So
Right.
we are sticking to our earlier commitment of launching a vehicle every 6 months. So 6 months after the last launch was in February, so February, March actually. So 6 months down the line, that is in September, October is when you can expect our next vehicle. So this we are committed to this schedule is we are committed to keeping. So come the festival season, you'll have the Sonet also being launched for sure. So all our
Okay.
partners, everyone is geared up towards this in big event. So we look forward to it actually. I think customers also have a lot of things to look forward to in the new Sonet.
And beyond this, the way the crisis has hit us, and considering the fact that this will stay with us for a few months, so there's been a change in buyer behavior. Now, what has Kia done in order to ensure that customers feel confident approaching the showroom or the company staff or asking for a test drive or jumping into the buying process? So, what has been the process here? And if you could also throw some light on the Kia Care program.
Thank you. See, I will first jump forward, or should I say jump backwards. when we launched the Seltos, at that time, I think we were the first manufacturer in the country to have a fully online sales process available for the customer. Fully online, as in he can obviously make inquiries, he can book a vehicle, but then going forward, he can also choose a particular car and then have it financed online without having to move out from our website. Can finance it, and obviously then we would retail the vehicle to him and deliver it to him without him having to come to the showroom physically. This online customer journey was already made available at the time of the launch of the Seltos. So this, like I said, is the first time in the industry, I believe. We're the first then. And this holds us in good stead in these times also, when a few customers would be, I think, wary of even entering a showroom. Okay, now having said that, we have ensured that if a customer, when a customer does come to our showroom or workshop, so he can be sure that it's 100% safe. We are taking care of our employees and obviously then of our customers also in a very thorough manner. As far as test drive is concerned, if in case he books a test drive, and then he can either we can send the vehicle to him or he can come to the showroom. When he comes to the showroom, he'll find a vehicle that is fully sanitized in and out. And also once he finishes his test drive and gives us feedback, then again the vehicle is fully sanitized once again. Obviously, we have temperature checks, your sanitization process for the entire showroom and all the vehicles inside, as well as the test drive vehicle also. So having said that, I can give more confidence to the customer by saying that in our workshop, I think the number of customers that we have started getting back is equal to what was that before the COVID pandemic hit us also. So to that extent, customers are coming, they're experiencing our Kia care, the steps that we're taking, and I think they are fairly comfortable with it. That's why we are seeing numbers coming back to us.
Mr. Bhatt, you earlier mentioned that with the Seltos, you were one of the first ones to come up with a fully online booking platform for consumers. So, especially with the current scenario, what kind of numbers or what kind of interest are you seeing on the digital front? And what kind of numbers do you expect in the coming months as people move towards digital platforms?
See, I have a certain innate faith in the, in human beings' behavior not changing very quickly and very drastically. It is normally is a trend. So same thing in the digital adoption of a totally digital way of purchasing a vehicle. Now, I believe a car is still a very high involvement and also a high investment decision for the customer. So
Right.
normally most customers would still like to touch and feel what they're going to be buying, see it, and okay, say okay, I want this, or okay, check it out very thoroughly before actually purchasing it. So we are still seeing a very small minority of customers who are adopting the fully digital journey.
Okay.
Having said that, I believe that there will still be a lot of customers who use this partly. Maybe they will use the online financing option and then finally come and check out the vehicle, or they check out the vehicle and then use the financing option, get that delivered to their doorstep. So this is, yes, it is. We are seeing a lot of. The adoption is increasing day by day, but this becoming the norm, I think, is still far. We are still. It'll take a lot of time for that to be the majority form of a purchase. Sort of, it might be true for a lower end consumer durable, but still, I think for high involvement durable, it'll still take some time. But like I said, a lot of customers are using parts of it in a much more what do you call it? Lots more customers are taking up this option.
Would you have any kind of numbers as of now, right now, like how many people have registered on your platform, or how many people, or what kind of sales conversions do you have there?
See, numbers wise, I can give you a certain idea of how many. If you are interested, how many people are going in for the fully online digital journey.
Yes.
Say it's almost what 100 a month is what we were seeing earlier, which is I think a very good deal. But this does not include the people who are only taking part of the journey digitally online and then coming to your brick store for the rest of it, and then again going back for the digital journey. So I'm just talking on the overall like end-to-end totally digital journey. A couple
Yes.
of around 100 or something is what I think we are last seeing. Then, like I said, it is increasing month on month.
Mr. Bhatt, recently the government came up with a slew of announcements wherein they claim that uh, their packages will benefit the industry. So, what is your view on the packages announced by the government in respect to the automotive industry?
I think government has done a lot of good things in terms of increasing the liquidity available in the economy to the banks, etc. But then, unfortunately, the demand side of it is still not being seen. Activities to increase the demand, for example, because MSMEs and all that have been. It's a very good thing that the government has done in protecting and encouraging MSMEs to further their activities. But unfortunately, look at it like this: MSMEs also will be loath to actually start their business in a big way unless they see demand coming in. This demand, frankly, we are not seeing any demand coming in because I believe that the customer is still the customer who finally pays up. He is not feeling safe enough or rich enough to actually go and splurge or buy something. So, in
Right.
Siam's opinion, I think we had a discussion internally among Siam members also. So, initially, we had recommended, I think, GST reduction. We said a short term GST reduction, maybe a couple of months itself, a 2 or 3 month, a limited period scheme would really work wonders. But then the government, I believe, in its wisdom, is unable to provide for any GST cut. So, then we have, I think, we would also like to recommend in that case that maybe we can, government can look in something like a tax break for individuals who purchase cars like they give for the corporates. So for a customer also, if I buy a vehicle, obviously it is good with me for 5 years or 10 years. So there's some depreciation for me also, and it's a productive tool for me. So why can't we give a tax break to the customer, something like the depreciation for the corporate, for a person who
Correct.
buys a car? Or for that matter, like a home loan is given tax breaks. So can we give auto loans also tax break? So these are some things, and of course the scrappage policy that the government has talked about for I think a couple of years now. If they can implement it early, so it will be of great benefit, I think, to the customer and to the industry overall. And I think government should seriously look at the auto industry because it's a huge employment generator. And currently, the way things are, people are working at one shift. The dealers also are not being able to employ all their staff. They're laying off people. So it's a big pain point for all the employees also, everyone down the line. So government will, I think, be very wise to be sort of pushing some further steps to further demand overall in the economy and also the auto industry. We believe that what comes into one industry will obviously go to other industries also. So it's a win-win cycle for everyone. I think the quicker the government does something on this front, the better it is for the overall economy also.
And one question that all of us, I mean, whether it be me or a Kia enthusiast, what apart from the Sonet, what more new models can we expect in the near future, or maybe any new segments that Kia is planning to enter?
See, the Sonnet, we believe, is going to be the next big thing for the simple reason that it is, first of all, the exterior is drop dead gorgeous. It has got rave reviews when we exhibited it in the Auto Expo. And to add to that, the interiors and the technology also are going to have many segment firsts. For example, just to whet your appetite, it is going to have a clutchless manual gear system, which no other vehicle today has got. So it's going to be very interesting, very convenient for the customers. Fuel efficiency, you like gears, well you have the gears, but you don't have to like strain your leg or feet by pressing clutches. So as simple as that. It's a very practical and a very good one, among other things. Among other things being the features inside. Your well, I think I should not be really spoiling the surprises, but it has a lot of segment first features inside. So I think customer can really look forward to that. Added to that, the quality that people have already experienced in the Seltos and in the Carnival, and it's been spoken of by customers who owned it. So this is going to be the third pillar for which I think the Sonet is going to be a very, very tough competitor for other vehicles in this segment. Now, having come to that, okay, then next what? So, okay, pre-pandemic, we had a variety of ideas. And of course, during this time, we have the Telluride, which has won the WCOT, the World Car of the Year award, and also the Soul EV, which has been the urban has been awarded as urban car of the year. So we got many features, many products in our international portfolio, which I'm sure the Indian customer would love to see. So frankly, I'm not saying that we'll introduce this immediately, but my personal favorite is the Telluride, which I think is it's like a fantastic vehicle. It's like the personality of the vehicle goes very well with the Kia brand image that is there in India. And let's see, we got many ideas, some, but we would rather wait and watch, check out what is the customer behavior, the customer demand that comes out once this pandemic, starts tapering off, and then take a call on this. Like I said, times have changed pretty much. So let's see what the future holds in terms of customer demand, and then take a call on this.
And Mr. Bhatt, I'm sure after your previous answer, viewers would instantly want to know a little bit more about the clutch, the gearless system you spoke about, the Sonet. So, can you maybe shed a little more light on how it will be different and what it will offer? Because you
Yeah,
said
no,
it's going to be one of its
it's,
kind.
yeah. It's a bit different unless you experience it. Is a bit difficult to explain it in words. But let me put it extremely simply. Imagine a system in which you have the manual gear as it is. You have a gear stick, and you like engaging gears, so you have it there. But then to engage the gear, you normally have to press the clutch. So imagine that the clutch is not there, so your left foot can rest in peace on the floor of the vehicle without having to press a clutch every now and then. There's no clutch to press. Only you go to first gear, second gear, or whatever, as you normally do. So to that extent, in heavy traffic, no foot stress at all, no leg stress at all. You only change gears. So you enjoy driving, engaging gears. You have still have that enjoyment. You have a very high fuel efficiency, and you remove the stress from the entire action. So this in just what this technology is all about.
Like what we are seeing with the AMTs, with the AMT
No,
gearboxes.
no. This is different. This AMT is a very it does not have that. You don't have that enjoyment of shifting gears. See, normally I'm a drive enthusiast, so I enjoy driving. I don't like your 18 actually. Automatic transmission is not my cup of tea. I like a geared vehicle when I drive, and the enjoyment is more in that. I change the gear whenever. It's like you control the vehicle much better. So the control is still there, but then the stress of engaging the clutch, pressing the clutch is not there. So it's, I think, the best of both worlds. The pleasure of driving is there using a gear, but the stress is not there.
Okay.
Plus your attendant advantages of fuel efficiency being higher and all that. So that will obviously be there.
One last question before we wind off, Mr. Bhatt. After all the crisis that the industry is going through, from Kia's perspective, uh, what is your expectation in terms of year-end, the change in numbers? How do you see the year ending for Kia? And do you see things improving possibly by festival season, or is that too much to expect?
I think earlier I told you that my crystal ball is not a very good one. It's pretty cloudy. Possibly will require a Nostradamus to answer your question in a very good manner here. But having said that, yes, see, like I said earlier, we were at 0 in April. So anything will be an improvement on that. So yes, but having said that, the festival season should definitely see a revival in customer sentiments and customer demand. We've always seen that, and I think this year also should be no different, unless there is some other extremely unforeseen circumstance happening. I doubt. So I believe that yes, come the festival season, we should see some revival of the customer demand, customer sentiment. You see better sales. As a how much number? Well, you have me on that. Like I said, I give up. My crystal ball has given up. So there is no figure that one can give as of now. It's very difficult, especially also not knowing what exactly the government what further it can do or it will do. A bit difficult to answer that. But in any
Thank
case,
you.
we should be a better position, in a much happier position, both the economy, the customers, and us by the festival season, hopefully.
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Bhatt. It's been great talking to you, and you have given us some wonderful insights into what people and can expect from Kia and expect from the automotive sector in the coming few months. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Arpit. Thank you very much.